Denzel Washington is one of our greatest living actors. I'll go see almost anything that Denzel Washington is in, no matter if the film gets good reviews or not. In his new movie Safe House, which also stars Ryan Reynolds and Via Farmiga and Brendan Gleeson, really a lot of wonderful, talented actors. Who knew that Ryan Reynolds could pull it off as an action star? Because I didn't find him too appealing. Well, he was kind of funny in Green Lantern, but that movie didn't find too appealing. But this movie, I don't know if I've ever seen him in an action movie. He was really good in a film where it was just him, a phone, and a box in a movie called Buried. He was exceptional in that film, just having to play on himself and his surroundings. There was no other actors. But in this film, he gets the opportunity to work with Denzel Washington. And this movie's story is kind of typical. I didn't find anything really new and exciting. The whole big reveal at the end was kind of predictable. I do want to mention that there's a really great actor in this film that I love from an AMC series called The Killing. His name is Joel Kinnaman. I hope he has a future in cinema. He's really likable, and I really look forward to continuing watching The Killing. So back to this movie, I wasn't bored. I mean, I was at times. I don't know who directed this film. I'll check later and see if he's done anything else. But watching this movie felt like sometimes I was watching Tony Scott production. It had that real. The colors were kind of toned down, and of course Denzel Washington is in it. So you could get mistaken that Tony Scott made this movie because he's worked with Tony Scott in Unstoppable and Deja Vu and Man on Fire and probably something else. But back to Safe House. This movie runs at a good pace. There's some really fun action sequences that are shot really well. Not a lot of shaky cam. I'm not a big fan of shaky cam. One reason I didn't like the Bourne movies is there was just too much shaky cam. It felt like, yes, there was some shaky, but not all the time. I could really get a sense of the action, what was happening, the car chases. Those are really exciting. There's an exciting moment in a village, because I think this all takes place in Africa. The locations look really, really interesting, and the way they shoot the action comes off, exciting. Grabs at your attention, and you want to find out what happens to these characters. Ryan Reynolds and Denzel Washington have some really great chemistry. The dialogue's good enough to get you to move along in the story, to get to the next action piece. But the story, for me, felt like something we've seen before, and I didn't really care about the story. But thanks to the action and the fight sequences, there's a really great fight sequence between that actor from The Killing and Ryan Reynolds. Probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. This is not a bad film. I think a lot of people will enjoy it, especially if you're a big fan of those two actors. This is something to see. This probably shows to a wider audience, because a lot of people probably didn't see Buried, that Ryan Reynolds is not just a comedic actor. It's not just a funny man. That he can be an action star. So I hope if they go back and maybe make another Green Lantern with him, he'll be able to show that on screen. I'm going to give Safe House a mild 3 stars.